Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum students. Topic name is UML communication diagram. So a recap of the previous lecture. In the previous lecture we have seen UML sequence diagram, what is the use of UML sequence diagram, how we represent objects and messages in the sequence diagram, and we have seen various examples of sequence diagram. Now in today's lecture we will see communication diagram, its notations, its examples, and the summary of the lecture at the end. So there are two types of interaction diagrams. First is the sequence diagram and second is the communication diagram. In UML1 we call the same diagram collaboration diagram, but in UML2 we call it communication diagram. So communication diagram, formerly called collaboration diagram, is an interaction diagram that shows similar information to sequence diagram, but its primary focus is on object relationship. So the sequence diagram and communication diagram both are semantically equal. They represents the same type of information, but the sequence diagram is organized according to time, as we have discussed that the vertical dimension of the sequence diagram represents time and the horizontal axis represent objects, and the communication diagram is organized according to links among objects. So communication diagram is also used to model the dynamic behavior of a use case similar to sequence diagram. It is more focused on showing the collaboration of objects instead of time sequence. So notation of we will understand the notation of the communication diagram with the help of this example. So communication diagram that models the messages that pass between the objects. As you can see that objects are represented in the same way as we represent it in the sequence diagram. Same in the rectangular box we mention the name of the object followed by a colon. So we represent link between objects with the help of a straight line. Those objects which have a link between them, they are able to interact with each other. So messages along with links, object can send messages to each other. So messages show the communication between objects. So the arrow head goes from the sender of the message to the receiver of the message. So in this communication diagram we don't have element of time as in case of sequence diagram. So to show order of messages we number messages. This is the main difference between the sequence and the communication diagram, that to show order of messages we basically number the messages. Like as you can see, let me take the highlighter. As you can see that we are basically numbering the messages. So the car owner is sending message to this object to get button press and passing an argument inside it. So second message is process key message. So the argument is passed to this object. So now this is the guard condition, B is equal to lock. So this condition represented in the brackets is the guard condition. So if the guard condition is true, the message will be lock. Then fourth message will be blink lights, and fifth message is beep. So the summary of the slide is Objects are represented in the same way as you represent in the sequence diagram. Objects are linked together with the help of a straight line, and messages are represented with the arrow, and the arrowhead points to the receiver of the message. So next in this slide, the communication diagram and the equivalent sequence diagram for the car and car key example is given. So this is the collaboration diagram as we have seen in the previous slide, and this is the corresponding sequence diagram of it. So these two diagrams, as I told you before, are semantically equal. They represent the same kind of information, but this diagram, communication diagram, is, you can say, is more compact. It has few advantages, you can say, over sequence diagram. So next is we have seen the case study of soda machine in sequence diagram lecture. Now we have modeled the best case scenario of buy soda use case with the help of the communication diagram. So the first message, if you remember, the customer send message to the front to accept cash and the particular selection. Then front will send message to register to get customer input, and these are the parameters. Then next message is the check availability, and the selection is passed to the dispenser. And then this is the return message. This dotted arrow represents return message, and this 3.1 indicates nesting, that after this message will be sent. So after this update cache, as we are modeling the best case scenario, so the selection is available, and after that the register will be updated, and then it will send message to the dispenser to release the soda, and then the particular selection is received to the front. So this is the best case scenario of the buy soda use case, and we modeled it with the help of communication diagram. So as you can see, all the messages are numbered here, and we get the order of messages with the help of numbering. So a few more concepts on communication diagram is if you are representing a conditions, if you want to represent conditions which are mutually exclusive. Mutually exclusive means only one execute at one time. You can say if else behavior in which only one executes at one time. So this is the guard condition. Either whatever is the card not approved, whatever it must be some request, so approved or not approved. These are the two mutually exclusive conditions. So if the request is approved, then it will display the prompt to the user, and if not approved, in that case transaction will be over and display prompt that card not approved. As you can see that the numbering of the message of both the messages is the same, because only one execute at one time. So to represent mutually exclusive conditions, we use the same number. So if you want to represent loop behavior in the communication diagram, so previously in sequence diagram, how we represent loop condition? Can you remember? Yes, with the help of a loop combined fragment. But in communication diagram, it's very easy to represent the loop behavior. So as in let's see this example, faculty, instructor, this is the name of the class and this is the object name. So instructor sends message to the system to input grade until number of grades are less than number of students. So the loop keep on executing, the instructor keep on entering the grades until all student grades will be entered. So this asterisk show the looping behavior. So in communication diagram we show the looping behavior with the help of asterisk, and the condition will be inside the brackets. So parallel behavior, as if you remember that in sequence diagram we represent parallel behavior with the help of combined fragment. So in communication diagram we represent this behavior through numbering of the messages. As you can see, the parent is giving instruction to the child to clean the room and to take out trash. So these two instructions interactions will occur simultaneously. So to show the parallel behavior, you number it in the way like 1A, small a, 1B. If there are other messages, 1C, 1D. So this indicates that these messages will occur in parallel. So summary of the communication diagram. Communication diagram emphasize on objects and links between objects. So it is easy to edit, as you can place any new object anywhere in the diagram. So there is no need there is not much changing required as compared to sequence diagram. So it take less space, as you can place anywhere the new object anywhere in the diagram. So as compared to sequence diagram, it takes less space. So it is not fully supported by some UML tools. So the communication diagram can be said as an extension of object diagram, but in this you add information of order and time as well. So this is the end of communication diagram lecture. Thank you.